All right. Welcome. Welcome, everybody. This is YP, and welcome to the pad. We're doing, what we're doing tonight is we have some folks joining us. As you can see, Jason is on the show. We were going to do a back deck pipe club type show, but it's cold. He's outside, obviously, on his back deck, but I decided to just do it from my console. So, warning, trigger warning, there will be tobacco consumption on tonight's stream, and if it offends you, please use your browser cursor and browse away or navigate away from the stream. I allow pipe tobacco for myself. Something that I allow. I may give it up, at some point, but for the present, I am allowing it. And tonight we are going to be talking about some maybe our trip to Georgia. We're going to be proposing some toasts. We're going to do a little reminiscing. There's a couple other people that were supposed to join us. They're not here yet. They might at some point tonight, but I also might just invite people to stop in. If someone wants to zoom in, I can drop a link into the chat, and we can bring on audience members. It's sort of a free flow tonight. We're just hanging out. Love to see True Strength in the chat. He asks, does tobacco purify the noose? I don't know about purify, but it does help me to concentrate. What do you think, Jason? Jason, why don't you introduce yourself?
Sure.
Yeah.
So my name is Jason. I went with Daniel on a trip to Georgia not long ago. Sort of I don't know. I'd still consider myself to be kind of a Tamada in training.
Mm-hmm.
Done several of them as Tamada, several Supras, and been to more, just as a guest. It's a thing I've been learning about the last. It's been basically just about a year since I was first introduced to the tradition. Orthodox Christian for about 5 years. That I think is the relevant bit about me, my relevant bio.
How many Supras have you been Tamada at?
I have Tamada'd 5 Supras now.
5 Supras, so it's getting up there a little bit. I've done only one, and it was great, and I'm looking forward to another one. I proposed to my mother today. I asked her, I said, what do you think about doing because I asked this question. I'm in the school, right? Daniel's school. I mentioned that. You're in there too, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So Daniel Paternos, who I just interviewed last Thursday, he has a school, SKOL, and you guys can go join it. And if you want to learn how to do this, but I was in there and I asked in the school, I said, what do you think about turning a Thanksgiving into a Supra? Because I didn't know if it was like clash of traditions or if it would take away from Thanksgiving or the Supra somehow, or if there was some conflict. And Daniel said, he answered today, he says, no, a Supra would actually fit very appropriately for Thanksgiving. So I had been talking with my parents and my parents' friends about doing a Supra for them. They actually sponsored my trip to Georgia, so I thought I'd want to pay them back somehow, with this cultural experience that I learned in Georgia.
Awesome.
And they're open to the idea. So I asked my mom today, and she said, yeah, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it Sunday. So that's great. I think I might get another chance to be a Tamada.
Excellent. Yeah, that's exciting. I haven't done it for my family yet. I'm a little nervous to bring them into it. I just don't know how they'll react. So, but yeah, that's awesome that you're going to do that.
I mean, I don't really like. I think Thanksgiving's kind of boring for me. Like, you just sit and you eat, and then what? Like, okay, we had this great meal, and thank you God for the meal. But there's no toasting, and the conversation is meandering. You know, in my experience, it's not necessarily it's like I'm just kind of waiting for it to end. How is that for you? Is it like that for you?
Yeah, I'd say so. I mean, it tends to feel very unfocused.
Yes, exactly. Who knows
Yeah,
what?
a lot of the time, I mean, like, yeah, I remember when I was younger, I guess it was maybe a little more focused. Like, I remember being more like in a room, everybody like sitting together and talking and stuff. But as I've gotten older, it feels like people just sort of they eat. It's like 30 minutes of eating, then everybody like you just sort of go watch TV, maybe watch the football game. Things that aren't particularly engaging or exciting, or like community building, family building, I guess.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think I don't really like it that much. Honestly, I just eat and go. But the Supra, we have a question. Let me address the audience, the chat a little bit. Tim Miller again. God bless you, Tim Miller. With $100 super chat, and he says, relieves stress. I see you, Luke. I'm going to add you in a moment. I'll just add you to the stage here. God bless Tim Miller. We had him on.
Sorry, what's up, fellas?
Hey, what's up, Luke?
Hey, Luke.
We'll give you a moment to introduce yourself in a second, but I'm
no worries.
Yeah, and so Tim Miller, thank you for coming on the channel earlier this week. Had a good time with you. He put something else in his pipe, which I was a little nervous about. I don't usually permit that kind of thing on my streams, but Tim Miller, he's making an investment in our channel, and I hope it pays off in the end for him, because, you know, we're trying to do good work here, you know, in our in the channel. We're trying to, you know, this is kind of building up the kingdoms, is like sort of the what we're trying to do with everything we do in our lives, and that's what I'm trying to do. So so thank you for that. Oh no, and another one. I hope I'm not gonna. I hope you can afford all this. He got a $50 super chat from Tim Miller this time. He says, Webster paying some postage. So thank you for that, sir. And here was a question from True Strength, and he says, what makes a Supra different than a normal feast/gathering? Would you like to hold that thought for a second? Should we let Luke introduce himself first? Luke,
What's up, fellas? Sorry.
Okay. Why don't you? We got a question from the audience, but first let's have you introduce yourself, then we'll address the question.
For sure. Yeah, my name is Luke Fleischman. Live in Seattle, Washington. And yeah, I went with these two guys on a trip to Georgia now about a month and a half ago. It's crazy how time flies. But yeah, I help out with Daniel Paterno's Super Dinner Society in Seattle when I can. I'll generally Maraquipe, which is the wine pour, basically. Yeah, I kind of fell into the whole Supra scene, you could say. And I've Tamada'd one Supra with my friends. Plan is that I am going to Tamada one of the community Supra Dinner Society tables a week from today, actually.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So yeah, just filling in for Daniel. Is he not able to do it, or what?
Well, no. He's actually Daniel's gonna Maraquipe for me that night. And he'll kind of, you know, hopefully if if I steer the ship in the wrong direction or the table in the wrong direction, he can.
He'll be there.
He'll be there to help out because
Yeah.
he's a veteran Tamada. So yeah, and he and I are gonna get together next week and just kind of chat about, I don't know, things to think about or consider. Because doing the Supra society dinners are a little bit different when you're with a number of people that are your friends or are Orthodox or Christian to one degree or another.
Yeah.
But yeah, so sorry I don't have cigars, guys, or smokes. Forgive me.
Okay. No worries.
I'm gonna have a little. I got a little cold going on, so I'm gonna have some hot tea with cha-cha. So
there you go. That'll kill it.
That seems appropriate at the
I
very
have a
least.
glass of wine here.
There you go.
I don't know. Does Jason have something to drink?
I got some bougie cha-cha.
Cha-cha. I should get my cha-cha out.
It's filtered through
This is my cha-cha.
charred coconut. That's why it's like dark instead of clear, like most cha-cha is.
Okay. I actually have a bottle of cha-cha, just one. That's it. But
yep.
Maybe if I run out of wine, I'll get the cha-cha. Who wants to? Okay, what is cha-cha?
I can take a stab at it, or one of you guys can. So it's whatever.
Go for it.
Basically, it's like brandy, right? It's like it also kind of like Georgia moonshine in a way because it's fermented grapes, and then distilled. So it's pretty high alcohol content. And in Georgia, everybody has cha-cha. And there's generally, you're going to have the wine, obviously, at a Supra, but then there's a couple bottles of cha-cha, flowing around. It's funny, dude. Everybody in America that I've had, that has had cha-cha, they love it. They all, I don't know if I should say it's funny, but because sometimes you can get some rough cha-cha. I don't know about you guys, but there's a couple.
The stuff at that the third official Supra we did out there, that was strong. And
was that when Zaza was
with Zaza, yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know if I think I only had one glass or one, because by that point on the trip I was like, I'm cha-cha'd out.
And I think it's always homemade, or it's almost always, it's usually homemade. So
I think everything we had at the Supras was homemade. Yeah.
Yeah. And yeah, the bottle that I have here, you buy it and, off the black market or whatever, but they, the market
hold it up again. It's an old water bottle. A
water bottle.
They take a water bottle and empty it out and put the cha-cha in there. And then they sell it.
That's how they do it. Which I need to get some glass.
I wish I'd got mine at the black market. So I got mine's all bougie, so it's in a little skull thing.
That's pretty rad.
I got it all at a cha-cha store there in Tbilisi.
That's pretty rad. I'm gonna buy my teeth.
But yeah, John Hears always describes it as moonshine, but
basically, yeah.
I think the thing it's closest to that people might be familiar with is grappa, it's like the Italian like you was saying, brandy. I think that's the closest thing that someone not familiar with cha-cha would know.
Yeah. But yeah, it's the stuff I got is pretty smooth. This tastes kind of tastes like whiskey, but it still has that kind of I don't even know how to describe it. When I had some last night, and it the memories of Georgia just came back. It was dude, this tastes like Georgia. It's so yeah, man.
Okay, guys, I'm going to propose a toast. And this is going to be a toast to peace. And I'm just going to read a psalm here. This is Psalm 132 according to this book. I think it's 133 according to others. Behold, now what is so good or so joyous as for brethren to dwell together in unity? It is like the oil of myrrh upon the head, which runneth down upon the beard of Aaron, which runneth down to the fringe of his raiment, It is like the dew of Hermon, which cometh down upon the mountains of Zion. For there the Lord commanded the blessing, life forevermore. Galmargos.
Gamarjos.
And I want to follow that up. As you know, you might have noticed that. So that is a psalm about brethren dwelling together in peace, as we are. We are brethren, and we don't have anything between us that is causing us to not be able to sit here together peacefully, in peace with each other. And you might have also noticed that it mentions the oil of myrrh running down upon the beard of Aaron. And talking about beards, by the way, did you know that I have a beard oil company? This is my website,
Hell yeah.
PenitentBeard.com. And I just got to do my little ad placement here. We have we've got the best quality beard oil on the market, a blend of 7 oils, and they're $15 each. They're available now. You can go to the website and buy it. There's a beard oil, there's a beard balm, and there is also a combo pack. And if you buy the combo pack,
I got the combo pack.
you got everyone wants the combo pack. You save $5. Everybody is ordering the combo pack. So you can go to ByzantineBeard.com right now and buy it today. Thank you for that.
I've been growing mine out a bit since the trip, so that I'll need some of that soon.
Awesome.
It's good. So yeah, Daniel, I've used the oil since, because I got it. I purchased it from you.
Did you get it there? Did you show it on the screen? I didn't
Yeah,
see it.
yeah.
Let me see. Show it up. Hold it up for folks. There it is.
That's
Isn't that a beautiful It's just the
yeah,
bottle itself is like almost worth $15.
I haven't used the balm yet,
Sure.
but I'm sure I will. But the oil is very nice, man. It's great. It's not. It's difficult to find good beard products.
Yeah.
So when you told me about this, I was pretty stoked.
Yeah. Thank you for being a patron. We appreciate you. So there was a question from True Strength. He says, "What makes a Supra different than a normal feast/gathering?" And I'm going to read. Well, there's also another comment here. Chase White says, Supra dinner is better than Thanksgiving. At Thanksgiving, you give thanks once. At a Supra, you give toasts until you forget what you were thankful for in the first place. I think that's the joke. You forget what you... But coming back to this, what makes a Supra different than a normal feast/gathering?
So, I would say that, a lot of it is the toasting. I don't think we typically do much of that in normal gatherings. And a result of the toasting is sort of people really starting to open up, to very much be vulnerable with other people at the table.
Absolutely.
Then also, the thing that I don't remember if it came up during our trip out there or not, but the thing that I always hear John Heers say is that the thing that makes a Supra is the fifth toast, the toast of the departed. That if you don't get to that toast, then you haven't had a Supra.
Okay.
And I think that's because I think that takes you to, the Supra, it's sort of like a mixture of like highs and lows. You get like very like joyous toasts and you get very, very sad toasts. I think that fifth toast is the thing that usually takes you to like the lowest point of the Supra.
Mm.
And I think, like I was saying with the vulnerability, I think that's the one that sort of makes people start to feel that.
Yeah, absolutely. And then also to your point, Jason, about the kind of highs and lows, is the fifth toast to the departed, and then followed immediately by a toast to children and new life, and kind of the full picture of life at the table. I mean, one thing for me that I think is very unique, or I guess special, about a Supra, especially in the modern world, and when we think about, I don't know, having a feast or a gathering or whatnot, is that it's a very like paraliturgical experience. It's not explicitly Orthodox, you could say, because you can have a Supra and it doesn't, it's like people don't have to be practicing Orthodox or Christian, but to me it's just like it's in its DNA that there is like, this is the wedding banquet. It's a type of the Eucharist, or it's a folk Eucharist. I think that's what Nino, who was our first Tamada, on the first kind of main Supra we did, that's kind of what she called it, I'm pretty sure. And yeah, man, when you see people, especially that fifth toast, like in these community dinners that Daniel does in Seattle, it's like, it touches something that we don't get to tap into very often in our day-to-day lives, living in the States, so yeah.
It feels
I really like what Nino did for the fifth toast as well. Filling the bowl with bread and pouring wine over it, and then passing it around, with each of us toasting to someone who I thought that was very it was one of the most powerful fifth toasts I think I've ever been a part of.
Yeah, because I mean it is kind of like a prayer in that way, like calling the departed to memory, so yeah.
And so it also is like the Supra comes out of like, as Daniel said, a Christian matrix, he says. So it's like, it's kind of you can't really separate it from Christianity.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's built in its DNA. And I think even if you're not aware of that, like you can feel the kind of, I don't know, the ritual liturgical nature of it, when you're at the table.
So if you guys are just joining us today, the three of us we had one more person who had planned to come, and he got caught up with some other things. He was another person who went on our trip with us. We are all Tamadas in training, so we're trying to bring the tradition of the Supra to America. And because, like, as we were just saying, how there's a need for it, this fills a need, and there's a hole that needs to be filled with the Supra. I understand, Jason, that you went to the Art of the Tamada. Can you tell us about your experience there?
Yeah, absolutely. So it was down in Isla Mirada, which is in the Florida Keys. It was just this past weekend. So it was pretty large group this year, actually. I want to say the first night there were like 40 of us there, so it was like 2 tables. And it was a very one of the things that stood out to me while we were in Georgia was all the group singing and things like that. And there was a real effort this year at Art of Tamada to try to bring that more into it. So there was lots of music, which was fantastic. Both music like offered as toasts, so like sometimes it was just somebody performing a song. Like Neil and Kate from Dirt Poor Robins were there. They played a lot of music. Andrew Gould was there. He had like a wooden recorder. He played a lot of like folksy sort of songs. It was, yeah, like it was. So also like being in that environment there next to the water, on the sand and all that, like it's something about it, like all the beauty of that alongside the Supra is something that really just, I don't know, it adds to it. Like it was different than being in Georgia. Both of them were things that I just felt like I get like filled up with. I mean, to your toast to peace, like with peace. Like I left both places just feeling immense peace.
Was John? You guys had some Supras?
Yes, yeah. So the way that they do it is it's basically a 3-night event. So the first night we just sort of hang out. We'll have dinner together, but it's not like a Supra the first night. So this year, Dirt Poor Robins basically did like a show, 6 or 7 songs, and then we just sort of talked, smoked some hookah, and just, you know, it's first time to sort of like getting to know each other a little bit, so we're a little bit comfortable with each other before.
Okay.
You know, before the first Supra. So second night, we do just full Supra. John hears Tamadas that. So he sort of was doing, we were at 2 tables, but he was essentially just doing the Tamada thing for both tables, which is a little weird.
Right.
But it works.
I've had that before.
He's good enough. I think you have to be like a really confident and experienced Tamada to be able to pull off that. And then when you go to the third night, that is what John considers to be like the training portion of the event, because he also is trying to use that event. I mean, in addition to being a fundraiser for First Things Foundation, he's using it to try to get people to want to do Supras, so that they'll go home and basically do what I've sort of been doing this past year, which is just have people come to my place and do it. So that's third night. He sets up. It was six different tables this year, and he basically will set up a tamada at each table, which is just somebody there at the event, often people who have never done it before. And he'll rotate the tamadas every so often. So in theory, everybody hopefully should get a chance to try their hand at it. He's probably going to tweak that a little bit this next year. There was a little bit too much movement. I think it can be a little bit jarring because like sometimes he would like move you to like a different table, things like that. Which like it hurts the process of like really getting like roots at the table when you get moved like that. But it is very helpful. I mean, I know for me doing that last year, I don't know that I would have come home and done Supras if I hadn't had that experience. So.
Oh, so you've done it 2 times in a row, 2 years? Okay.
Yeah. Yep. It's a great experience. I mean, I definitely plan to go back again next year as well.
So
I highly recommend it to anyone who is considering. It's not cheap, but it's a very good time.
Tell me one thing that you learned that you'll be incorporating into your tables.
The main thing I would say is I don't remember him saying it last year, but he was sort of talking about the difference between like the Tamadas toasts and the toasts that the people at the table will toast back to the Tamadas toast. So that being essentially, he describes it. So the Tamada is basically offering heaven, right? So you're sort of like reaching up and like pulling down like meaning. So you would toast to something like peace, but you wouldn't make it concrete. You would just be trying to evoke that idea in people. You're sort of like seeding the table to like get people to start thinking about that. And then the people at the table will offer earth, which is taking like a concrete example. So if you toasted to peace, then I might toast back something like to maybe like a time in my life when I felt really peaceful. So I might, say, oh, well, like to the time that we spent together in Georgia,
Nice.
where we all we grew together as brothers.
Yeah.
We learned this tradition deeper, and just like the peace that gave to us, and now we can bring that peace to people here. And so I mean, I'm just making this a toast. So Galmarjos.
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 I almost put like, I didn't almost. The thought crossed my mind of like calling the title of the stream like a virtual Supra, but no, I decided that is definitely not appropriate. Like, we don't want to start bastardizing the tradition and doing a virtual Supra, but we are kind of, I call it a KP.
Yeah. Virtual KP.
Yeah. So we've got some interesting comments here that we can address. Vault Boy says that cha-cha should always be kept in the freezer, whether it's July or November. I wonder if it's getting stronger as it sits on my shelf. Is that the point? Is that what point he's trying to make? He seems to know something about Supras. He also says only Serbs, Romanians, and Georgians get drunk at memorials and cemeteries.
That, I feel like I've heard that is the case, because I know in Georgia they have tables set up next to the graves of loved ones, and they'll have little Supras out there. Remember, we drove past a graveyard, and there was, you could see all the tables. They were all set up out there.
So they're going out there and doing Supras to remember their loved ones who passed. Russians will, like on after Pascha, when they go to the cemetery, what is it called? It's not. There's a tradition to go Radnica. They will go to the cemetery and they will pass around shots of vodka, of course. So I don't know if they're getting drunk or doing a full Supra, but here's an interesting question. Is Supra similar Serbian to Slava? So is it similar to the Serbian Slava? And I just actually had a conversation with a Serbian about this a couple weeks ago, and she was saying that it is kind of like that. It's like their version. The Slava, I guess, is their version of the Supra, where in Serbia, every household has a patron saint, and so when their patron saint's day rolls around, they'll have a Slava, which will be a feast to celebrate that saint.
Is the Slava the tradition where it's like if you're invited to one, you can never be uninvited to one? Have you heard that?
Oh, no, I didn't hear
it's like
that.
a Serbian tradition. It might be a different thing.
It could be.
But
I haven't heard that. Just because haven't heard it doesn't mean it's not true, though.
Yeah, I've heard it. I can't remember the name of it. Maybe it is the Slava, but maybe Vault Boy would know. But apparently it's like if you're invited to a Slava or to one of these like Serbian type feasts, like anytime there's another one at whatever house you were initially invited to, like you cannot be uninvited. So if you hear about it, you can just show up. And it's like,
if you just
like
hear
part
about
of the tradition.
Okay, everybody's invited. Is that what you're saying?
What's that?
Is that like everybody's invited? Just go.
Well, if you get invited once.
Once.
So not anybody can just show up. Like if you're not invited, you can't. Sorry?
Okay. For that particular one.
For that particular, like if you get invited to one of these Serbian feasts, and you go, you hang out or whatever. If there's ever one of these Serbian feasts again, like at the house or wherever it was, then you always have an open invite to just show up.
Interesting.
So I don't know if it's the same thing, but I don't know. There's something kind of super-esque maybe about it. I don't know. But,
No.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure. Maybe okay. Volt Boy again. Maybe we should invite Volt Boy on to the stream. I think he seems to know something. He says, just don't know whether Georgians pour cha-cha over graves the way we do with. How do you say that? Rakia, or do you know what that is?
Nope.
I might drop an invite into the chat just if people want to join. This guy sounds like he interesting fellow. Trail Hiker North says, I love the Tim Miller interview, especially what you said about goats and rams. Crazily, wisdom is the best. There you go. Serbs will drink on Christmas Eve hot-boiled red wine and hot-boiled Glibovitz. Okay. I don't know what that is. At Serbian funerals, you can't drink fewer than 3 chachas. I'm just going to drop a link, and just in case anybody's curiously wants to, where's the invite link? We're going to live life on the wild side and fill in Christodoulos. Christodoulos couldn't make it. YC, it was his idea in the first place.
hopefully he makes it a little late. He's supposed to be coming to Seattle next month, I think. So.
Okay, so there's a link to join the stream in the chat. If anybody would want to, you just click the link and it'll shoot you right in. Let me think. Remind me, what is the second toast supposed to be?
I got my little sheet.
Cheat sheet with you?
Yeah.
So
I think it can be kind of loose, maybe. I mean, the interesting thing, like in Georgia, every single first toast was always to God. I think any super we went to, even if it was like an impromptu, like that one we did at the inn, that guy was funny.
Apparently, there's a little bit of variation. It's typically to God, but can be to peace. It can be.
Yeah.
There was one that at the recent one that I went to that I made a note about it. And I'm going to, let's see. Gratitude also, remember?
Yeah.
Yep. It'd be to gratitude, which I think would, of course, would be the one to give on Thanksgiving. So that's definitely.
So you're doing a Thanksgiving Supra?
I'm planning on it. Hopefully, I'm talking with my parents. They're hosting the Thanksgiving dinner, and so I hope to with a completely secular, non-Orthodox audience.
That'll be rad. I think it'll work because I had thought of trying to do that too, but I was like, I can't. I got a big. It wasn't gonna work, but
it's gonna enhance. I think it'll enhance the meal.
Yeah, I know people from Art of the Tamada have done it. Did it last year, and they all seemed to think it went well. And Aaron, who was also on the trip, he's planning on doing it this year with his family as well.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
It seems like it would work just seamlessly.
So what do you got on your cheat sheet for the second toast?
So second toast, it's basically it can kind of change, but the common themes might be to peace or family, women or men. That's what I've seen women and men at a couple of the first super that I went to for Art of the Tamada in Washington State. You might have a tease to elders or to parents. the reason for the gathering, and this is technically on my little cheat sheet here. Order of the toast is this,
Okay.
but this is like bundled together in toasts 2 through 4. So maybe a toast to home, or like to Georgia. We saw that a lot in Georgia. I think I don't know if it was necessarily
that was
but
very.
there was
valid.
always at least one toast to Georgia, and that was one thing that was pretty. I don't know, man. Like seeing a people that like love their nation and like love their country.
Yeah.
And in like a very like pure sense, that was a pretty beautiful thing to see while we were there. Might be a toast to tradition or love, beauty, hope, friendship. So
there's plenty
generally,
of
I guess like the first toast is like the most grandiose. There's a lot of options, but it flows out of the first toast. You know, it's still kind of to like what Jason was saying about it's still reaching pretty high into the heavens, let's say, to like bring it down to earth.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to propose a toast to Merca. Americans, you guys, us, we here. Look how we're just tackling this. Like we have this go get it done attitude. We hear about the Supra, we go to one, we do it. We just heck with it. Just let's try it out, you know? We like I've never done this before, but let's just do it. And so that's like 2 Americans and our go get 'em attitude and roll your sleeves up and get it done, you know?
Yeah. Gamarjos. To America.
And so we're also kind of teaching the audience that's watching how to do this sort of a little bit. And you're supposed to take a sip of wine at every toast. So,
and some would say maybe that's the only time you even take a drink. I've heard.
Yeah, I think that's the most traditional thing is to only drink it with the toast. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Actually, I did.
But us Americans, you know, we kind of we might be sipping here and there.
That's also what I tell people who come to mine is I'm always like, look, if you don't want to get like smashed, I don't know how toast heavy this table is going to be, but if it is toast heavy, you probably only want to drink with the toast because our wine's a little stronger than the wine they drink in Georgia too.
Yeah, right. That's true. Some of that wine was just like super smooth, super light.
It was.
Yeah. I was like, this is vinegar, man. This is not even wine yet. This is probably good for you, man. I was thinking, man, this is probably medicinal.
What? What's the wine in Georgia?
Yeah.
There's something like earthy about it. I know what you mean. But yeah, no, it's to your toast there, Daniel. Yeah, it's true. Like there is some of the American spirit where it is just kind of like this thing, dude. I don't even know, but it seems good. Seems interesting. Let's do it. Let's see what happens. And I do think like as more people become aware of the Supra in the States, like it'll have its own kind of American flavor to it, you know, whatever that ends up being. I think, you know, it's probably a little too early to say, but I think it's exciting to kind of be on the forefront of it, you know, whatever that exactly means. But yeah, because I think we're all sharing it with people in our immediate circles, you know. I'm definitely like the weird Georgian guy now with my group of friends.
Yeah. I mean, maybe I need to like, you know, start a super dinner society in Portland or something like that, you know, like.
Dude.
Yeah, I think that's kind of the vision that Daniel has is to spread it everywhere.
Yeah. He wants a fleet of Tomadas.
I did notice. I have to say though, I think I noticed that like at the end of the Supras, a couple of the Supras we were doing, like people wouldn't bother to take a sip at every toast. They were like they had enough to drink. I think, you know, you don't want to show that you've you don't want to drink too much or show that, you don't want to get drunk, right? Obviously. So you don't want to be showing. Yeah. So I think I noticed that our Father Nicolosi, I think he was like, he wasn't drinking towards the end of the Supra, I noticed. So I took that as that was like one of the little things to my takeaways was like, okay, if you've had enough to drink, you can just kind of slow down,
Yeah,
for sure.
One pro Tamada tip that I've learned at Art of the Tamada is add a little bit of water to your wine.
Okay.
you can drink a lot more that way.
Fill up your glass. Yeah.
Yeah.
That is one thing. Like this next week when I'm gonna be Tamada, I'm like, I gotta keep it cool. I can't, because the worst thing is if you're like a drunk Tamada. I mean, I would,
Oh
right,
yeah, that would be bad.
You lose the ship. That's not good. So but the thing too is we'll get to later toasts, I guess, maybe as we continue talking. But as the night gets a little looser and people get a little more wines flowing, the toasts will become a little maybe goofier,
Sure.
So.
So. Tim Miller in the chat, filling up the chat. He's going crazy with the chat. Let's see here. What else? Can't have silence, boys. Can't have.
Sorry.
I'm not doing a good.
Well, I guess how was we talked it all about the Super you went to in Seattle?
Yeah, I haven't had a chance, but so we had Daniel on last Thursday and the next day. Okay. So Saturday I was going to be driving up to the monastery to go to Abbot to be at the monastery for Abbot Trefon's 80th birthday. He turned 80 on Sunday.
Rad. And
my plan was to drive up Saturday, stay one night, and then turn around and drive back Sunday. And I was thinking to myself, oh boy, that's a lot of driving in 2 days, And Daniel had told me that he was doing a Supra that Friday. So I went and just signed up, and Daniel had said I could stay with him afterwards. So I drove up Friday instead, attended one of his Supra Dinner Society Supras there, and he had a Georgian Tamada, which was, I guess, his first time doing. I mean, he was from Georgia. He's done hundreds of these, so he knew what he was doing. He ran the table like a patriarch, like he did a really good job.
Yeah. He's an awesome dude, Dimitri. He's rad.
Oh, yeah, it was Dimitri. You know him?
I met him at the Supra and hung out with him a couple times. Because Daniel will do kind of like a Tamada Supra hang, a little kaipi once a month generally.
Really?
Yeah. So kind of like when I showed up and you guys were just hanging out, it's kind of like that. Usually on maybe last Thursday of the month or something like that. But Dimitri, he's a rad dude. So that's cool. You got to have him as your Tamada.
Yeah, it was good, and he had his favorite toast was to Sweet Memories, and man, he did a really good job with that one because he noticed there were a few people that had not toasted yet, but he wanted them to toast. So to sort of put him on the spot, he had everyone go around the table counterclockwise. He said, "Everyone tell a sweet memory." And this one woman who had not toasted the whole night because she's maybe more of an introvert, she started talking, and she started crying. The tears started rolling down, remembering her father, or I think it was. And so apparently it's not rare. People at these super dinners, it's very common for someone to get teary-eyed, so it was good to learn that. That was that's his favorite toast, to sweet memories. So
It's a good toast.
maybe, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, I know what my favorite toast is going to be. I already got it figured out.
Oh yeah, are you going to share or no?
You want me to just throw it? I'm going to throw it out there.
Throw it
okay.
out, bro.
Yeah.
I am going to toast to storytelling. I believe as I was saying, going up to Vashon Island, Abbot Trifon, I love the man, and his whole ministry is basically just telling stories. If you know him, he just tells stories, and there's a moral to the story. Sometimes it's a joke, but usually it's something meaningful. And stories are how we make meaning out of life, how we understand life itself, how we, by creating a story, how the sequence of events. So I guess I'll tell a story. I gave Abbot Trifon a gift for it was just a small gift, and just appreciation kind of thing. And it was a box of those Greek candy, those candies that they give out, lakumi or whatever in Greece, at monasteries. And they're all powder coated. And he opened the gift, and he thought it was a box of chocolates. And when he opened it up, it, like, all this powder sugar got on, like, exploded in his face, and it got on his riasa and everything. And Monk Martin came over to me. He said, "That's the perfect gift for a monk, because when something like that happens, it's good for your humility." So there's a story, a toast to stories, and if you would like to, if a story comes to mind, maybe you can tell the story of your own.
Gamarjus.
Yeah, I'll do a little toast to stories, and because I agree. Without stories, you're kind of lost. You're wandering. You gotta have stories. And I know, Jason, we talked, because you have a background in storytelling and film and stuff. We talked a little bit about that. Yeah, I mean, like you were saying too, IP. Stories are how we find meaning in life, and the story of our own life, and the story of other people's lives, and the people that we meet and cross paths, and so the story, I suppose, of just how I ended up, and like I mentioned earlier, sort of fell into the whole Supra situation. Was now like almost 2 years ago. I went up north to go near where my parents live, which is just below the Canadian border, and I went to liturgy at an Orthodox church up there. And at the end of liturgy, they made a little announcement, and they said, Richard Rowland, now Deacon Sarah from Rowland, is going to give a talk next week for people. He's known on Ancient Faith and does stuff on Symbolic World, Jonathan Pageant and whatnot. So yeah, it's going to happen. And I was like, dude, I got to go back. I got to check this out, man. That's like, I'm a fan of this guy's work. This is rad. So I went back, hung out after liturgy with Roland, and he did his talk, which was really great. And then we were saying goodbye and whatnot. And he was like, "Hey, dude, you should come to this Supra that's happening like near Seattle in July." And I was like, "I don't really know what a Supra is, but sure, man, I'll look into it. Like, send me the link or whatever." And And so he sent me. It was the Art Automata that was happening in Leavenworth, which is a little further east, kind of just over the mountains. It's like an hour and a half, or maybe hour and a half, 2 hours from Seattle. And so, anyway, that's how I ended up going to my first Supra. Was that way. And while I was there, I did meet Daniel, but he and I didn't talk a ton, and I was only there for like one day, unlike the full circuit that you kind of did, Jason, at the most recent one in Greenville. But that was my first taste of the Supra, and I was like, this is awesome, dude. Like, this is beautiful. And I came back home and I'm telling my friends, and when I'm like, dude, we got to do a Supra. This is rad. And but nothing really came into fruition. And then one day, after church, I got coffee with a guy, which was kind of a rare occasion. I usually go hang out with people at their house or whatever. But anyway, got coffee with a guy, and then I saw this dude walk into the cafe, and I was like, that guy looks really familiar. And it turned out it was Daniel. And I was like, yo, Daniel, right? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, you were at that Supra? And he was like, which one? Because he's done, countless. I was like, oh, the one in Leavenworth. He's like, oh yeah, man, what's going on? And so just by happenstance, ran into him, and then it turned out that that I'd met his brother some time ago, and then because he and I didn't even exchange, like, he gave me his business card, but we didn't exchange phone numbers at the time. But he got my number from his brother, and then just texted me and was like, hey, dude, you want to like get together with some guys, kind of that are involved with the Supra and whatnot? I was like, sure. And started hanging out with him. And then one day we were hanging out, having a glass of whiskey, actually at the house he lives at now. And he was like, you want to Mariquipe at a Supra this Saturday? And I was like, sure, why not? And the rest is kind of history at that point. Like, it was like, just like one of these things that, like, you can't plan it. You can't plot it out yourself. The story just happens. Like, the story just takes you.
But you did have agency in that story, man. You had to go.
Yeah.
And
you got to react.
You're paying attention, and oh, what's this?
Yeah, that's true. That is very true. You are an acting agent. You are a character. And in this case, I was a character, and yeah, man. Now it led me to Georgia. It's led me to helping out with more Supras, to now being a Automata for the first time at one of these Super Dinner Societies soon enough, meeting you guys. And so, the story goes on. And so, yeah, Go Marjos.
Go Marjos.
So I'll tell a similar story. So, I mean, similar to the extent that it's also sort of like my introduction to the Supra and sort of how
the origins
it affected me over, this past year. So, like, part of the reason that I really fell in love with the Supra is because, like, for me personally, it's had like a deeply like healing effect on me. So, like, when I went down to the Florida event a year ago, I was much more, much more like afraid. I guess I would say to open up to people. Like, I was not like, I don't know. I don't think I talked to you guys about this at all. I may have. I have trouble remembering who I've said things to, but like I always had like in like somewhere in my brain this idea that like if I was talking to you guys, like I'm talking to Luke, be like, Luke, he doesn't want to talk to you. It's like he's just like he's just being like a nice guy. Really, you're kind of annoying him though. Like, you should probably just like go away.
Oh, like a self-doubt kind of.
Yeah. Like, and it was just like my entire life. Like, that was just like a thing in my head. And I'd fight against it, and like I had made like a lot of progress throughout my life, and like ignoring that, I guess, but it was still always there. And so like I go down there, I was super nervous because like I didn't know anybody who was there. Like I went by myself to all these people. The only person who seemed familiar was John, because I listened to his podcast. So like John is like the most like encouraging person that I have ever met in my life, like by far. Like you get down there, like right away, he's like acting like you're like his best friend. You know, he like embraces you right away, and it's like, oh, so glad you're here. Like you just feel he makes you feel really comfortable. And so like through the course of that week, like you had mentioned, Daniel, the lady at the super you were just recently at, who was like really shy,
Right.
and didn't want to toast until it sort of went around, and she was kind of forced to. Like that was kind of me. Like we didn't have a toast like that, but like the whole time I was like trying to get myself to toast, but I was so nervous about it. Eventually, like I did get like one toast out. I think it was during the toast to the departed. And yeah, it's like that was the first thing that sort of made me realize, because like you can see like when you're there at the table, like you can see like the reactions of people, and like you just start to realize like these people, like they're kind of like, you can tell like when they're like touched by what you said.
Mm-hmm.
You can tell that nobody's like judging you for what you're saying. It helps you to just trust that these people really are, they're kind of like, they're just like how you are with people. Like I don't sit there when I'm talking with people and be like, oh,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
this guy, I wish he'd go away.
Yeah. People are good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so like through the course of that, the next night giving me more confidence, because I'm like sitting there like trying to come up with things, like when I was forced to be like automata for a few toasts. Like like you think, this is a dumb toast. but like then you say it and nobody acts like it was a dumb toast.
Right. Right.
And so you're like, oh well, maybe I'm not just like this guy who people don't want to listen to what he has to say. And yeah, like over the course of the year, like doing it more and more with friends and things like that, like yeah, like it just was super healing. And I don't really have that anymore. Like I noticed a lot this year going back, that just like there were people that were there last year who I didn't really connect with very much, and like I built much stronger connections with those people. I feel like I connected with all you guys on the Georgia trip.
Absolutely.
And that wouldn't have happened, pre Supra. That's not a thing that would have happened. And so, yeah, I mean, yeah. So,
Marjos. It's breaking you out of your shell.
Absolutely.
Yeah, no, it's definitely it's yeah, when it, like when you got it, like there is something kind of humbling, I guess, in some way about the super, and it's like you got to get up, you got to make a toast, and maybe I don't know exactly what I'm saying here, but here it goes, because I definitely have felt that too. Like I don't think I didn't make a first toast till like the very very end of the first Supra that I attended, because I was a little nervous. I was like, damn, dude, I gotta get up in front of all these people, but yeah, it's healing. It helps you truly like connect with people, to be in communion,
Absolutely. Yeah.
And
it is. It's communion. It's like, that's why they say it's kind of semi-liturgical.
Yeah.
It's communion with other people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is kind of what what's going to be going on in heaven. Like.
Yeah, heaven will be a Supra, man. That's what I think.
I think so. Yeah.
Definitely be some feasting, man. I'm sure there'll be that. Trail Hiker North says, "This is boring. Put a Tim Miller on so he can rant." So if you guys didn't catch my stream the other day, Tim Miller went on a rant for like maybe 20 minutes. Like he just took off, and I couldn't even control him. Tim Miller, if you want, you can. If you have a toast, you can. If you think of it, if you have something, if you want to give a toast, I'm gonna post I'm gonna post the invitation link. You can stop in and give a toast, and then we'll. I don't want you to rant for 20 minutes, but you can stop in and give a toast if you like. But I'm gonna move the night along. We don't have 4 hours, for this, so I'm gonna give a toast to men. So here we are. We're men. We're sharing time together, and it is important for men to take time together to gather in an all-male space, because men will act different when women are around, but when men are together with men, we do manly things, and we just it helps. It's healthy for people. It's a good thing for men. Men need to have male friendships so that they can gather together and do manly things. So to men.
Camargos.
Tim, there's Tim.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
What's up, bro?
Some of that rant was just for the show.
Oh, there's Tim. Okay.
Hey. What's up? Some of that rant was just for the show.
Hold on a second. Tim, you might have to turn off the YouTube, mute the YouTube tab, and just use the StreamYard for while you're here. Okay, you got it?
Got it. Right on. Hey, Twix, some etiquette. Hey, guys, here's Twix. Look at that. Oh, man, is she something, huh?
Hey, Twix. Good to see
What's
you.
Twix? What's Twix? Hey, girl. Hey, I adopted her. She had that name already, and man, and I tell you, it took her a while to take to me because she's real loyal. She's from a family, and you can tell, man, and she's good. I shouldn't even ever gave her a little discipline at first, but I did, and I was a little bold. But she's healing. We're getting it fine tuned now, bros.
It looks good to me, man.
I've been doing things the hard way. That's all. I love y'all.
Yeah, we love you too, man. Hey, you got a toast to men that you can think of?
Oh, the manlyhood, fatherhood.
Yeah, fatherhood.
Hey, I got a good one for you with that. I got my law cup, my Hashem loving law cup from Bear Judaica, and I got a second mortgage on the house. Well, I shouldn't have said that. No, but see, I don't have my delay cushion now, so I'm going candid with you. But hey, let me join you because I've gone crazy. I'm already a case. Hey, this is good for my case security. And I told that to my girlfriend a couple of times. She did not like that. I tell you what I learned from her, and I'm not going to rant. Okay. Hey, you guys want to hear the answer to man and woman stuff, relationship? Just the basic, quick sum fix.
Let's hear it.
Okay, quick, okay? I see a timer running. I'm going to keep it down. Okay, a man is supposed to be the head, and he's got two heads anyway. Now, a woman, she can have a good head. Like I said, the Trifon, I posted to read, I said, a female eagle is not a hen. And I think they like that terminology. So now a lady, just like my doggy now, she is the superior heart in this house, even to me, even to a man heart, because it's a feminine, and she's already her love is healthier than mine, and I'm drafting from her, and it's correct, and I'm very patient. I'm clumsy right now because I'm reconditioning myself. Because I'm going to confess, I'm learning that I've been really mean. I've been like management. I've been a really good dancer, but I haven't really connected. And don't worry, I'm not going to connect too far or be like, a three-toed sloth,
How about
a sloth.
Let's get to the manliness.
Hey, the fatherhood, because see, that's where a lady should just support her head. Her heart should support your head. And now your head is looking out, and her heart is under your management.
All right.
That's how I see it. And if you can go that far, if she agrees that much, and she's going to probably agree to be a good, nice wife that will support a successive kind of type of husband.
Okay.
It's
All right.
I mean, it's different on both ends when you go from bad to good.
All right.
You know,
We'll cheers to that. Galmarjos.
Ooh, yeah.
Galmarjos.
Yeah. Cheers, bro. Let me make a ting sound with it. Bing.
All right, man. Thank you for stopping in. There's a little bit of an echo on your end. I'm going to remove you, but thank you for stopping in.
Right on, bros.
All right. See ya.
Yeah.
We had a pretty wild stream with him the other day. So if anybody wants to check it out, it was the other day. What was it? Tuesday. And yeah, it was good. I came through like a trial and a tribulation this week, I feel like, but now things have kind of calmed down for me, and so thank God for that.
Thank God.
Let's see, that was the 4th. So we're doing a quick pace tonight. So I'm gonna go ahead and do a toast to the departed, because we can't call it a super without that. And I guess since we're on the internet, I don't want to be like toasting to my own personal people that I know necessarily, but we can toast to, how about a toast to Charlie Kirk, who passed away. And he seemed like I never really, watched much of his show or anything, but he seemed like a really nice guy, and it's kind of a shame that happened. So toast to Charlie.
Toast Charlie. Galmarjos.
Yes.
Aren't you supposed to like wait and not until the end of the toast to take a drink for that one? Like everyone gets a chance and then you take a drink, or
you can do it that way. I've done it both ways, where like you drink after every one, or you hold it until you give your toast. Yeah.
Is that how you do it?
I've had it where
I've done it both.
You don't clink glasses. At least how I've seen it usually done is people go around the table, say a name of a departed dear one, and everybody will then, memory eternal, and take a drink, but you won't clink glasses until I think the very end.
Okay. All right.
I think, if I remember right, but yeah. But yeah, man, your little toast to men.
Oh yeah, you can go ahead, and that one's still on the table. I kind of went
I
too
got to
fast.
put a little more cha-cha on my tea, boys. Just a little bit. But yeah, I just want to take onto that is you got to have your boys. Without fraternity, without your friends who are also men, I mean, the world has always been confusing since the fall, but we definitely live in a maybe particularly weird time. And to have your boys, to have guys to reach out to help each other out, that to also be a guy that your friends reach out to, is an honor. And so, yes, to men and to our friendships. Galmarjos.
Galmarjos.
And I'm bummed that Christodolos didn't make it in here, because he's my boy. I love that guy.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to just bring him on for a solo, or something. He had some stories to tell. I think.
Yeah, man,
for sure,
absolutely. That's like
his conversion.
You gotta come back up to Seattle, Daniel, when he's up here in December.
Oh, he's coming up in December?
I think he is.
Okay. What did you say?
So.
Should we meet
up? And I was saying you should come.
I should come. Oh, yeah. Okay. Let's plan it out. I guess. Why not? Let's do it. Yeah, we have a
That'd be sweet.
reunion.
I mean, I don't want to just like make promises for him, but as far as I know, I think he's supposed to be here in December,
Okay.
and helping out with the Super Dinner Society. So that'll be
Do you
fun
think
times.
being Mariquipe is like hard work? Is that like being a warrior?
I mean, it's definitely work.
Daniel was like, "Oh man, I'm pooped." He was like tired out after that one.
I mean, that might have been a big table, but yeah, I mean, there's definitely, depending on the table, you got to, sometimes you're like just moving nonstop, pouring glasses, taking plates, like, you know, I've worked service industry, and it's kind of like that.
Okay. You're used to it.
So, and it's fun though too, but it's at the end of the night when some people have sort of trickled out and some seats open up and it's a little more chill, and you can kind of sit there and have a little bit of wine yourself. That is nice. That is like because the Mariquipe is the meaning of the word is something like for the fun that you'll have later, and so it's like you're working, you're on your feet, you're doing all this stuff, and then it's afterward at the kind of for the Supra, after the Supra, you get to kick your feet up and hang back and sort of chill, and it's a nice reward.
Okay.
So how do you find, Luke, since you've done that a bunch? So like my understanding is that there's like a whole sort of like it's like a jokester role that goes along with it, kind of being like a jester.
Yeah.
So I've only ever been Mariquipe once, and I think I did a terrible job at it.
You're probably
but, I mean, I'm curious, like how you found that that aspect of it.
The jokester trickster side of it.
Yeah.
That's something I maybe should tap into a little bit more. Because there is kind of a sense where like you are on the job, I guess. And but yeah, maybe I don't know, every now and again, like maybe there's a toast that's made or somebody says something, you kind of chime in, you're pouring wine, you make a little joke or whatever it is. And there was like so Daniel and I did a Supra for a wedding like the day I got back from Georgia. He picked me up because he got back a couple days later, or a couple days before I did, and picked me up from the airport. We drove up north and then crashed in my parents' place, and then did the Supra the next day, and which was great because we were like, Georgia was in our blood. We were like ready to go. But one thing, like, it was a great crowd. It was for a wedding, but sometimes like I'd be pouring wine and they'd be like, "Oh, I can't have any more," and I'd be like, "You don't gotta drink it. It's okay. You don't gotta drink it. It's fine. Just like you can look at it, but I'm just doing my job. Don't worry." And maybe it's a little bit of trickster, a little bit of chaos, maybe added into the mix. But yeah, I think maybe in Georgia it's a little more playful. I think there's a thing going on between the Tamada and the Mariquipe that's a little, because I don't know, they know it's so ingrained in their
Yeah.
culture, so, but yeah, I think that's the thing though, is as a Mariquipe, have fun, have a good time. Like, yes, you are working, but the thing is, like, you're bringing joy to the table, right? You're part of the whole thing that's happening. So, and so it is also kind of nice to be sort of the background character, so you get to sort of watch everything that's going on. So yeah. Have you Mariquipe'd at all, Daniel?
No.
Even at like the Supers you've done back home?
I mean, we kind of just pour for each other. Like,
yeah,
there's just bottles of wine everywhere, and you just pour for the guy next to you, basically.
Yeah, that works too.
Yeah, I think especially when you're having like smaller crowds, like 8 people.
Sure.
I don't think you need a Mariquipe as much. It's like once you start getting like 12 or more people, it starts to be a little more important.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Always remember to have plenty of water though too. Like buy like if you're gonna throw one at home, be sure to buy like a bunch of cases of sparkling water because you're gonna go through it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna go through all of it.
yeah. Yeah, what'd you think of the food at the Supra you went to in Seattle?
It was basically the same. It was Georgian food, Georgian. So it was like basically the same meals that we were having in Georgia.
They kill it. That catering, that family that runs that business, they're awesome, dude. Yeah, that was I was
Hey.
when I
Hey, whoa, hey, Tom, some good ass. Hey, it's been playing an old one. What's happening?
Oh well, you just showed up again, so I added you to the stage. You're in the stream.
Looks like he froze up.
he done froze up. He done came in to say hello and then froze up.
Done froze up.
But boys, I do got to go get some
You
dinner.
cold at all? You good?
What's up?
Jason, you're not cold, are you?
Nah, I'm okay. I'm still good.
What time is it, Jason?
It is 11:37 here.
Damn, dude. Damn. Burning the midnight oil.
Yeah, I don't have anything going on tomorrow, so I'm good for however long we want to do this.
Nice. Well, I gotta work tomorrow, guys.
You gotta
I
go?
think I'm gonna depart. I'm
All
gonna
right.
go grab some dinner. And
Sure.
yeah. I gotta work tomorrow and then I'm going to I'm gonna go hang out with a buddy this weekend who did the same exact Georgia trip we did a year ago.
Oh, okay.
Awesome.
And he lives across the peninsula in Port Townsend. So yeah, gotta work tomorrow. Catch the ferry over after work and yeah. So but this was rad. It was good to see you both.
Thanks for stopping in, man.
Yeah, man.
As you're leaving, let's toast to the one who is leaving the table here.
All right.
Yeah, to Luke.
So it's fantastic to see you again here,
You too, man.
Luke. You guys are two of the ones that I haven't seen since the trip. I've seen
yeah.
several of the other folks, but yeah, it was fantastic to see you again, and hopefully our paths will cross again in person at some point.
Absolutely, I believe they will, man. It was great to see you both. Gamarjos.
Gamarjos.
Until we meet again at the table. All right, bros.
See you, Luke.
God bless. Peace out.
All right. So, I don't know. Should we wrap it up? I mean,
that is your call. I don't know if there's anything else you wanted to say. I don't know. I mean, we could talk a little bit more about Georgia, I guess. Some like non-super stuff from Georgia.
Sure. I'll grab my. I'm gonna grab my bottle of cha-cha. Hold on.
Sure. Yeah. Fill up here while he does that.
This is the one that Luke actually gave this to me.
Awesome.
$2 This bottle of alcohol costs $2, which is like
less
like
than $1.
75 cents for a whole bottle. You know, like pretty good deal. I haven't opened it yet. So.
I was stupid in regard to the way I bought cha-cha, man. I bought the bougie stuff. It was all like 80 lari.
Was it?
Yeah. The only non-bougie stuff I got was from that the convent, the first convent that we went to. What was that one called? Was that Saint Nino?
Polka?
Oh, Polka. That was what it was. Polka, the Polka convent.
Let me see how it smells. Huh? Might as well try it.
Yeah.
Take a little sip. I kind of wish I had bought more. I actually didn't buy any. He just gave it to me, and I was like, all right. I didn't know how much room I had in my backpack, but I don't really usually. I'm usually pretty like when I'm at home. I don't have like more than like one drink usually, you know.
Yeah.
But since we're here hanging out with the guys, you know, I mean,
Yeah, it's a little different right now.
encourages you to. Oh, is it a? Okay, is alcohol okay on Wednesdays and Fridays? I forgot. Some days it is. I didn't check the calendar, but I think today actually is not a strict fast day in the Russian church, so I'm okay. So
There you go. Yeah.
yeah, this one tastes more like a brandy. Usually it's clear, but this one is like
It's a little got a little bit of orange
little-
color to it. Yeah.
yeah, a little brown. And yeah, it's kind of brandy-ish. It's good. Wow. Kind of wish I'd brought more home next time if I ever go back. I had several people telling me like that I need to go and marry a Georgian woman and move to Georgia.
I mean, that could be a good call.
You think?
I think, I mean, I'm not really like a big like city kind of guy, but I could definitely live in Tbilisi. I think.
Could you?
I think that would be a nice place to live. I would definitely have to learn the language, which would be the biggest hang up. Because I don't think that you could do only speaking English long term. I mean, you sort of get by, but
I'm not afraid of learning languages. I mean, I've learned them before, and I mean, I can pick it up. I'm sure. It does. The script is kind of unique, but the whole language is unique. But
yeah, I talked to a guy in Greenville who had apparently he lived there. He moved there for like 6 months, and his main reason for going over there was actually to save money because it's so much cheaper to live there. He was able to do like he does his job like remotely, so he just went there, and like he was also actively trying to save money. So like I know for me, like I didn't bring that much money with me. I thought I would have to get out way more like while I was there. I was amazed at how far money went in Georgia. Like, yeah, things are so cheap. That bean bread, I forget what it's called, but like it was like less than $1 for like a whole loaf of this bread.
yep. I saw a short today. They were commemorating the 100,000 martyrs of Tbilisi.
Yes, yeah.
And did you see that video? There was like all these people were gathered down there by the river where they got thrown into the water, and it was just packed with priests and faithful everywhere as far as you. And I was like, I was just there.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I mean, I could probably find it, I'm sure, somewhere. I don't know. Let me see. Maybe I can bring it up.
Yeah, that was. I mean, yeah, the part of also what was cool being there was just the being immersed in like an Orthodox culture. Like for me, it was my first time in an Orthodox country.
Yes. And there's no country more Orthodox than Georgia.
Yeah, it's Orthodox churches everywhere, like the church supply stores, icon stores all over the place.
And the people are just, like they don't have to pretend. They're just 100% like their orthodoxy is just like comes like from the soles of their feet to the top of their head, like
Yeah, you're immersed in it. Like it's kind of the opposite of how it is. I mean, I'm kind of at an extreme end here because like I'm the only Orthodox person in my family.
Yeah, me too.
I drive 40 minutes to get to my parish, so it's like I'm around Orthodoxy like one day a week, and otherwise I'm having to go it alone. So it's
40 minutes. That's rough, man. That's a rough haul. I guess it could be worse, but that's
good.
Long.
Yeah,
You're gonna have to. Is there a way to like remedy that for you?
I mean, there could be. I mean, now it would just be me saying, I've grown attached to people who are there. So the reason why I drive 40 minutes is because the parish that is close to me, like in the town where I'm in, is a Greek parish, and I didn't want to go there because basically like over half the liturgy is in Greek, and I was coming from like as far from like a liturgical background as you could come from. So it was already very different for me, and I didn't want like a language I didn't understand on top of that. Could start going to that Greek parish, and then it would take me 10 minutes to get there. But
what is is it an OCA parish you go to, or Antioch, or what is it?
It's Carpatho-Russian.
Carpatho-Russian, interesting.
Yeah.
I found that short. Here's so this is.
Oh yeah.
Lisi, we're there. Our hotel was like right up there. So anyhow, as far as the eye can see, there's people there, you know.
Yeah, it's incredible.
So, let's see. Okay, I guess I don't want to end on a toast to the departed, so we'll give a toast to new life, and hopefully all the men out there who you know, if men out there are looking for a wife, may God grant you to find your bride and create a new life. Be a participant in the God's creative act.
I can get behind that. God Marjos.
Good, man. I might just keep this bottled for special occasions or something like that.
Yeah, when some folks come over, you can give them a little bit of that Georgian cheer, Georgian peace,
and Georgian hospitality.
Yeah. Yeah, this was awesome, man. I'm glad we did it. Even if the man whose idea it was didn't show up for it.
Yeah. Give me something to do on a Friday night. Good to have some friends around, and so thanks for showing up.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for having me.
Yeah. All right. Well, I guess that's the end of the stream. Thanks to everybody who watched this far, and we'll catch you all on the next one. Wow. YP signing out.